Hey YouTube, this is Neela surviving, and she's doing laundry in a laundromat. So I'm the only person here, thank God. But I just wanted to drop a video. 2020, huh, yo, after 2020 is done, I'm taking a drink, and that's gonna be all she wrote. And we're gonna pretend like this year never happened. Okay, now having said that, 2020 has been so weird for me because at the same time, when the pandemic hit, I technically was never without a job, but at the same time, every last job was worse than the last. So, just in case, if you all don't know what I actually do, I am a licensed health insurance agent and I sell health insurance. Although, there's a breakdown between both Medicare and the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare. Okay. Having said that, the first company that I worked with actually the year before and was one of their top salespeople, but due to COVID, had to go ahead and work from home, and that setup didn't work because I guess some people did not like their work from home situation because significant others were getting on their last nerve, so they got on everybody else's last nerve, so it catapulted everything down. And I will say this much: if you're going to become a health insurance agent, okay, get your license through these places if they're going to offer it to you, yes. And also, work for them, see how they are. It might take you into the long haul, and that's great. Nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, watch them. Watch them. There's a reason why I'm saying that. The company I was working for before, and I'm not going to disclose any names of any of these companies, those words will not fly out my mouth, but those who know me know exactly who I'm talking about. So, the first company that I was working with in the beginning of 2020, I've been working for them for almost going on a year. Okay. Now, this company already has a bad reputation. The company itself changed its name 3 whole times. Yeah, 3 whole times. And it's just like, no matter who changed the name or how many times it changed hands, still wasn't going right. Nothing was going straight for them. So, with a lot of these insurance companies, they'll go ahead and, have the top salespeople and everything. But there's this thing called pay for performance. Pay for performance. That gets in the way of a lot of things. Now, unless you're working directly for a vendor, sometimes you will have to work for a third-party company. And some of these third-party companies are just straight trifling. Trifling. Oh my gosh. So, this company, I've been with them. They know me, I know them. We are like this family that can't stand each other, but we family nonetheless. And, it's just a whole big thing. And once COVID hit, I'm at, my son's house trying to work it out. And it's just, changing the story. Now, I don't know if any of you watching has ever seen the movie Wiz, and the part when they get into Emerald City, and they're like, oh, now the color is gold. Now the color is red. Now the color is green. Same thing. Same thing, I promise you. So, the base pay for this company was $16.50 an hour. It was supposed to be plus commission in the original agreement from talent acquisitions. Lo and behold, pay for performance. Now, outside of insurance, I know there's other companies that do this particular type of practice. I think it's dead wrong. If I sold it, give me my commission. Don't try to trade it up or try to make rules or provisions that prohibit me from getting the money I rightfully earn, and try to keep it for yourself, because that's essentially what you're doing. So when it all came down to it, yeah, hardly ever got to see any commission checks. I only got to see one once. And I was like, okay. And that was from the Medicare season. Now, when I got my insurance the first time, I actually had regular insurance for under age 65. That type of insurance, the regular insurance that costs entirely too much, which, President-elect Biden, I need you to work on that, homie. And the Affordable Care Act, if you're going to keep it around, I need you to work on that whole tax credit thing, because that whole thing was a mess. Because why you tax me because I can't afford insurance that's still not cheap enough? But we'll get into that later, somewhere down the line. So I gotten sick, and I felt like I had gotten the coronavirus, I'm not really sure, because I lost my voice. I typically lose my voice when a change of season happens anyway, but it just felt a lot worse and it lasted a lot longer. But I healed up, but during that process, they was going to write me up because I was out sick. Now, in the meantime, in between time, I not only care for myself, but I also care for my fiance, who is a veteran, who has to go through the VA and also the foolishness. Shout out to the VA, and I mean that satirically. As far as it's concerned, yeah, we parted ways. Plus, the girl thought she had something on the other side that was greener than this grass over here, so she left. So, fast forward on to the next company. Company 2. Yeah, it's good. They'll send you a laptop. They're not like this other company before. Blah, blah, blah. It's that and the third. I don't think I seen any respect from them once everything started going out. Granted, this job that I took thereafter was saying, oh, we understand, it's a pandemic, we'll work with you, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Didn't work with me. Didn't understand nothing. And because where I live, I can't get any regular internet, so I had to go over to somebody else's house in order to get said internet. Okay, no problem. I'm working over there. I'm doing the best I can. I'm trying to do as much as I can while taking care of my husband, because he's a florist. And yeah, it's just, they were just too much. Now, I will say this much. Their pay was the better out of the three. Their pay was $20 an hour. $20 an hour. And once you get all your weeks, it's a beautiful thing. Just in case y'all ain't really good on math, let me help you out a little bit. Let me help you out. So let's say you got all 80 hours, right? Right? $20 an hour times 80 hours. Before taxes, every the 15th and I think the 31st of the month. Yeah, that. Before taxes. And let's just say you consistently did that every time you got paid. This time, wrong. Hold on. So see that bottom number right there? Before taxes, that's how much you brought home a month. Now, let's just say it was salary. So roughly before taxes and around, commission and all that, roughly I was making about $38,400 a year. Okay. if I had, was able to stay with the job. So time went on, and I'm not sure if you're watching this, you're familiar with health insurance, how it works, how Medicare works, how Medigap works, all of that. During the off season for a Medigap, it is hard to sell. It is no cheaper. In fact, it probably might be more expensive than regular insurance. So if you're on a fixed income from Social Security and disability, you cannot make them payments. It's not going to happen. And you try to break it up and still keep original Medicare. Who can afford that? Nobody. Anyway, so I went ahead and sold insurance trying to do Medigap. Now, historically speaking, I'm just the original Medicare Advantage. I didn't know nothing about it, but I was thrown in there to, believe that I understood it when I really did not understand it because nobody tried to explain it properly. So, came down to the end, when everything was going haywire, I ended up losing my job. So they fired me because they said I wasn't focused enough because I took too much time to take care of my husband. So we're not going to keep you, and plus you haven't sold anything during the off season. Meanwhile, y'all run around talking about, oh, yeah. We understand if you don't sell anything, this is the off season, so you're not going to sell any Medicare. Y'all sending me burnt leads with people talking about, oh, we already spoke to somebody before, blah, blah, this, that, and the third. Yeah, y'all know it's burnt leads. But I tried anyway, and I almost had one. But because she moved from one place to the other, her Medicare didn't vote like that, so it messed us up. But she was still an awesome woman. Shout out to you if you remember my voice. But yeah, they fired me. So I ended up losing a job during 2020, making $20 an hour. Ain't that about a bitch? So, job number 3 in 2020. Okay. It lasted 4 weeks. $18 an hour. The pay was consistent, blah, blah, blah. But trainer talked around in circles. She was rude to everybody. And then when it was time to go live, some of the people did not have, because this company helped you to get your license if you didn't have it. But the trainer assumed that everybody already had their license, already had experience, and should have already known how to operate and do all other stuff. So she was just rushing through stuff, and we're not picking up the information. At least I wasn't. Some people were brown-nosing the hell out the situation, but I'm going to leave them alone because now they're seeing what I saw. Good for you. But it was something else. And then with that being said, it came to, how you get a bump and it's a rising, and you right before it's about to pop, it starts getting really tough and hard. Your job came to a rising. So here's the riser. Yeah, we talk about post bumps and everything. I know I grossed y'all out just now. But that job, catch this. They had a situation where people was talking about, the contracts they signed, and then there was just questions coming up, and it was like, okay, well, this said this and mine said that. And the original contracts that we had was talking about, oh, you're going to have $18 an hour plus commissions. Mine said that too. I read it back and then mine said that too. But when we brought it up to management of said company, the third company number 3, it's now, oh, well, yeah, we can't have you making commission. We can give you incentives. We can give you bonuses. Pay for performance. There go that word again. That phrase again, pay for performance. But Yeah, no, no commission. Now, what are you talking about? Because on the first contract you had us to sign, it says $25 to $75 per application. Per application. And now we don't get no commission? Well, the commission, no company, no insurance company offers commission. Lies. Lies, 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 lies. Anyway, so unfortunately, a medical issue happened to my fiance and it almost took him out of here. So instead of, being disrespected by the trainer because every time the system messed up, it was my fault, or because I couldn't make it because I had to go with him to his doctor's appointment. Why are you slacking? Why are you making up stuff? I'm not making up stuff. But my son comes in at 4:30, and he has ADHD, and my sister has this, that, and the third, just telling all her family business. And we're supposed to be understanding of your son messing with your phone, trying to interrupt you while you're doing your job. But you don't understand that we have families too during this pandemic crisis. Anyway, so I end up leaving because at that point it made me feel like, okay, well, you guys are going to fire me anyway for taking care of my husband for going to the hospital. One time I had went to go to the hospital to take care of him. The manager of the company, she was like, oh, well, I tried to help you from here, but once you get out on the floor with this company, I can't save you. So you need to watch yourself while you're out on the floor, the metaphorical floor, and while you're trying to sell, because you need to be here every day. I understand that your husband is sick, but you need to be here every day. Bruh. Hold on, that's my husband.